Victory Christian Fellowship is a wonderful new congregation that we're launching in September of this year. John Wesley once said, he wrote in a leaflet of his Bible back in Europe when Europe was facing tension with the church and the state being one entity. John Wesley envisioned a time when the church and state would be separate. And his vision for that, which he wrote in the leaflet of his Bible, was a government that was of the people and by the people and for the people. And President Lincoln borrowed that phrase from John Wesley, used it in the Gettysburg Address, and became a famous quote, but it was actually a thought that John Wesley had, and that's our vision for Victory Christian Fellowship. It's a young church that's of young people, by young people, and for young people. I think this community is lacking a youth presence for young people to come together to worship God, but also to have a presence in the community where young people can take the cause of Christ, the mission of the church, out to the community. It's not enough for us to be focused here on just worship and fellowshipping and being a social club, but it's important for young people to buy into a mission, to a vision that's greater than themselves. And I think young people are thirsting and hungering for that, and I think Victory Christian Fellowship is going to be the platform to be able to accomplish that. The qualities that Victory Christian Fellowship will bring to the community is what we call C3. And our mission is to see God radically transform. And here are the 3 C's: our church, our campuses, and our community. And one of the ways in which, there are 5 ways in which we like to see God do that. The first is that we would submit ourselves to dynamic preaching and teaching from the Scriptures. The second one is that we would have intense but yet substantive worship. The third is that we would have galvanizing fellowship. I think those are the 3 areas in which God will radically transform our church. Now, with regard to our campuses, we desire to be a place where students on the campuses here in LA, USC, UCLA, and Santa Monica College is the closest campus, city campus to us, in addition to West LA Community College. We want Victory Christian Fellowship to be a place where college students can integrate their faith, their life, and academics. And that's critical because a lot of Christians go to secular universities and they lose their faith, or their faith gets challenged through academia or through college life. Students need to be strengthened in their faith and show them how faith, life, and academics all intersect and how they're not mutually exclusive, but they can actually be synergized together. And so Victory Christian Fellowship wants to be a hub to help college students remain Christian when they go to college. One of the frustrations that I found is that when Christian parents send their children away to a secular school, the Christian kid that goes away to school is not the same student or the same kid that comes home, and that's devastating for parents. We want to partner with other parachurch ministries to help students integrate faith, life, and academics. And then fifthly, we'd like to also be a hub in the community. We'd like to take the gospel of Jesus Christ and the blessings that God has bestowed upon the church and the love of God into the community to help those that are marginalized socially and economically. The church can be a part of social justice. The church can play a role in social services, and we want to be an active partner with those that are making the difference in the community to let them know that Jesus is real and that He loves them. Christian Fellowship will be open to anyone. Our ministry is, as I said before, it's of young people, by young people, and for young people, but it's not solely for young people. It's for the youthful at heart. And that's one of the things that I've said, is that there are people that are middle-aged or seniors that care about what's going on in young people's lives. And so it's not purely a young people movement. It's geared toward what their issues are. But I got to be honest, one day Victory Christian Fellowship is going to be an old congregation. We're not going to stay young forever. So as we age and as our vision changes, our vision will change as we age, and we'll see what God does as we age and as we progress along the life cycle. But right now, this is kind of where we are, and that's kind of where our focus is going to be. And there's a lot of excitement about what Victory is going to do right now. We're planning on having a vibrant and robust worship experience, but we'd also like to figure out how we can incorporate the arts. A few years ago, at my present church, we did a drama production called The Upper Room. We did it in Hollywood. We did the production in Hollywood. We cast for the production, and young people were excited about that. And I'm hoping that the writers that we have, that we know about, that are friends of our church, can give us some great content, write some scripts that would be compelling enough for us to put to a screenplay or to do a live drama at a bona fide theater. So you're right, young people are interested in the arts, and Victory Christian Fellowship wants to cater to the arts, because I think the gospel can be communicated in more than just one platform. It's more than just preaching and teaching. The Upper Room communicated the gospel and faith in Jesus Christ just by theorizing what was taking place in the upper room while Jesus was buried in the grave. So the gospel was wonderfully communicated that night, but it wasn't a sermon and it wasn't behind a pulpit. It was done through the art of theater, and we'd like to see more of that. Has a Facebook page, so if you go to Facebook and you search us out, Victory Christian Fellowship, you can get our Facebook page that way. We're also in the process of launching a website. We'll have a Twitter presence as well. So in all the areas where we can engage people, we're going to do that. We're also focused on creating webinars where we can provide teaching and instruction online, as a lot of people just can't come to weekly services. We're going to provide instruction, teaching opportunities that people can log in and get as you would a normal webinar. So we're looking at a lot of different platforms to engage people, podcasts, those sort of things. Any way we can reach out to young people and get them engaged and keep them connected when they're not here on Saturdays for worship, we're gonna explore all those opportunities.